Happy Wednesday. Well, let me fix that frame around me while I talk. Happy Wednesday. This is June 15th, halfway through the month of June, halfway through my birthday month, and also my anniversary month. My anniversary month in all the ways. So, excuse me, let me get my fireworks ready. So, this is anniversary month in terms of me, personal anniversary, my birthday. This is also anniversary month for the Hero Charity Run. I started doing this run on the first day of June last year. And this is also anniversary month for the show, because I started doing this show a year ago, a week after I started the charity run. So, big anniversary month for me, hence the fireworks. All right, there we go. So welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. This is episode 28. Is it? I think it's episode 28 of season 4 of the Be Your Own Hero Show. HERO is an acronym. It means helping everyone reach optimism. I don't have my hero shirt on today. I'm still dressed from running, so excuse my workout attire. Anyway, HERO means helping everyone reach optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. I'm your host. I'm Sekouwrites. I am a professional creative and the creator of the Hero Ministry movement, which is my effort to uplift and inspire people in general and the unhoused community in specific. Join me here Monday through Friday, 8:45 a.m. Central Time. Check your local listings for the conversion. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me this space, this platform to talk about my journey of becoming my own hero in all the many ways, especially in terms of becoming my own financial hero. So if this show moves you in any way, please like, please comment, most of all, please share, please spread the word. All right, finally, quick disclaimer, I am not a personal trainer, nor am I a financial advisor. So do your own due diligence, consult with your own experts in your life. Take what I say with a grain of salt. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I think I want to show today's run report, and I don't have it queued up, so give me a second to do that in the background. But I thought today's run report is a good one because people often ask me various versions of, is it hard for me? And yeah, it's hard. Like,
so this is the
hold on. Don't think that just because I've been doing it for a long time. That I've been doing it for a long time, that it's easy. It's not easy. What happens is you get more experience fighting your own excuses. I'm gonna say that again. You get more experience fighting, doing battle with your own excuses. But the excuses still come. Don't get it twisted. The excuses still come every time. Well, almost every time. I've said famously that there are maybe 5 days, exactly 5 days thus far, that I really felt like running. All the rest of the days, I just have to fight for it. So those days are the first day, my birthday last year, day 50, day 100, day 365. And coming up, my birthday again, that'll be my 6th day that I really feel like it. All the other days, yeah, you just got to push for it. Anyway, so let me play today's run report to give you a little snippet of what it's like behind the scenes sometimes. Here you go.
So this is the before. The before shot. I'm at Fisk University and walking to the track. But the funny thing is, I didn't particularly feel like not running today until I got to the parking lot. And then I just sat in the car. I don't know. It took me forever to get out of the car. I mean, forever is relative, right? But it took me a while to get out of the car. So now I'm out of the car, walking to the track. I hope there will be no more delays, but I just thought I'd let you guys know it ain't always easy for me. You know, it ain't always easy. Sometimes I got to work for it. Speaking of which, let's just go. So when I said let's just go on that last message, that meant I didn't stretch. I didn't warm up. As soon as my foot touched the track, I started running. Because I knew if I started stretching and warming up, I would delay even more. So I would not recommend that to anyone out there.
Just saying, sometimes it bees like that. Sometimes you got to work around your mind before your mind stops you. All right, day 380. I've been running every day, at least a mile a day, for now 380 consecutive days in a row. Welcome to the Sekou Hero Charity Run. Current mission, raise $3,650 for Back on My Feet nonprofit. They work with the unhoused community and teach them how to run and therefore improve their lives. Link is in the bio. Just go to herocharityrun.com to make a donation. Let's do this. Later. So this is the before. Okay, so that was today's run report. You know what occurred to me as I was watching that? I ran into a Morehouse friend of mine recently, and he was talking to me about me walking. And I was like, what's he talking about? And I didn't ask him. But now, watching that video, I understand that he thinks that I'm walking every morning because the recordings are when I'm walking. So I was walking twice this morning, before I started running and after I finished running. But there's no running footage. So I'm gonna have to start splicing in some running footage again. I used to do that. To start doing that again so people understand that I'm not just walking. I mean, no shade to the people who are out there walking every morning, but that's just not what I'm doing. So I want people to recognize what it is I'm doing. So I have to adjust the editing on that a bit. That must be what he thought. He just thought I was walking around. Okay, anyway, so that's what it was this morning. Also, I think I am doing my runs at Fisk again because mini college is happening at Fisk. Mini college is basically a summer school program for children. It's been happening for many, many years. I forget how many, but it's been around for a long time. But in the morning, the parents are dropping off their kids. And I kind of want to see if I see any of my kids being dropped off. Like, I only teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, today, Wednesday, is not my day, but I still want to see if I just happen to see one of my kids being dropped off. I think that's why I've been running at Fisk recently. Because as you know, if you follow me on social media, I haven't been running at Fisk in a while, but I think that's what it was. So anyway, this morning I saw some kids being dropped off. I didn't see any of my kids. I saw some kids being dropped off. Anyway, let's get into it. I've done the run report. You've seen the run report. It's also available on social media, all the different places. And let's jump into, it's a milestone day. You heard me say that, but day 380, I like to celebrate the milestone days because, they're kind of a big deal. So for day 380, a little bit of fireworks. All right, moving on. So dice roll challenge. Monday was $2. Tuesday was $3. And for Wednesday, the number is 4. $4. Okay. So you are taking $4 out of circulation and moving it. What I have found is that when I don't do it daily and I wait for the amount for the week, like last week, the amount was 19. When I do that, it doesn't feel as fun. It also increases the chance that I'm not going to do it because of the higher number. I'm like, do I want to move $19 right now? So I am finding present tense in real time that it is easier for me if I just do the daily. It feels more fun, and because it's smaller amounts, it's easier to do. So that sidebar, given today's number is $4. Today's number is 4. The amount is $4. I want to tell you a quick story. This is about mindset related to this. So the point of this exercise, the point of the dice roll challenge, is consistently building the habit of setting aside money to invest. That's really what it's about. Setting aside money to invest, building that habit. So anyway, yesterday was a really busy day for me, including teaching the kids at mini college. Anyway, so I went to Starbucks to get a drink. I don't get coffee there, but I went there to get a drink. And the line for the drive-thru was crazy. It was all the way around the parking lot, out into the street and down the street. So I knew I wasn't going to make it. So I started to abort. So I turned into a gas station in order to turn myself around. And then I saw that the gas station had coffee. And I was like, well, it's better than nothing. So anyway, I went into the coffee shop that's inside the gas station. There's an actual coffee shop inside the gas station. I went in there. I ordered, kind of a fancy iced coffee. And I hear her adding up all the things that I added on. Okay, you added oat milk. Okay, you got this kind of sweetener. Like she's adding up all these things. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be the same price. Probably going to be more than Starbucks. No, it was not. It was half the price of Starbucks, even though I got all the extra things. So this is what I did. I calculated the difference. The difference was $3. But so I immediately calculated the difference. And I thought, I need to invest that $3. So just to reiterate this, you don't get a full score for saving. Matter of fact, we've already established there's a bunch of smart people that watch this show, right? So let's take it to school. You only get a C for saving money. A C. That's it. Highest you get is a C. You want a B, you got to invest it. You want an A, you have to invest it smartly. You have to invest it in a place that's already been vetted. So you only get a C for saving the money. So anyway, so I gave myself an immediate C, right? I'm thinking about I got to move this $3. I didn't do it yet though. But eventually today I did it. This morning I moved the $3. That's still a C though. That's still it's still a C because it's not invested. So it doesn't become a B or an A until I invest it. And I want you guys to think about it the same way. Now, let me tell you my other story that I've already told you. Just remind you, when I was in Idaho, I forgot to pack my shoes. And I found some shoes in a local store. They were like $55, so tax and everything. Let's just call it $60. And I almost bought those shoes. But I was like, no, we are owning our future. We're doing things differently this time. So I didn't buy the shoes. I made do with the sneakers I had on. And instead, I took $60, the same amount, out of my checking, moved it into my investment account, and then I invested it. So that's an A. It's an A because I invested it in a place that it's vetted. I bought a share of Coca-Cola. Just one share. Coca-Cola cost $60. That's not that expensive. And that component, the stock, Coke, is part of the Dow. It's one of the 30 Dow components. Now, I am still fascinated by the fact that there's only 30 Dow components. Not only are there only 30, they're all really inexpensive, like that, like Coke, $60. So instead of buying a liability, buying something that would depreciate in value immediately when I bought those shoes in Idaho, I took the money out of my checking, I moved it into my investment account, and then I purchased a share of Coca-Cola stock, which is a vetted stock. It's already in the Dow. People have already done the research to decide whether or not it deserves to be in the Dow, and they decided it is. So that is a secure, vetted investment. So therefore, I get an A for that whole transaction, right? So with the Starbucks yesterday, I'm still on a C, still trying to get to a B and then to an A. But I want you guys to think about it the same way. Think about the money you're spending differently. Think about getting it over, not just invested, but invested smartly. Okay, that relates to what we're going to talk about today. I didn't intend to go off on so large of a tangent, but I think it's important, though, that you remember you only get a C for saving. That's not going to get it. What's that I say every show? If you only spend, you'll stay poor. If you only save, you'll stay middle class. If you want to change your financial circumstances, you must invest. So for those of you like me that sometimes calculate the difference in what the amount of money that you saved, invest that amount of money. Some places make it easy. When you check out, so here I go again, I'm going right back on a tangent. Anyway, but some places make it easy. When you check out at some grocery stores, they'll tell you, you saved X number of dollars. Whatever that X number of dollars is, go home, transfer that amount, and invest it. Okay, moving on, finally. All right, so I've already done my reminder about abundance. So I'm gonna do the affirmation, but after the morning zen. So today's morning zen comes to us from The Power of Positive Thinking. Can you see that? The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. It's come up in several of my other readings, so I thought I would check it out. I only started it, but in this, what I'm about to read you is just from page 2. Like, this is the very beginning, but it's good. And it's kind of long. So let me get to it. All right. Reading from my phone. I certainly do not ignore or minimize the hardships and tragedies of the world. Get a little tongue-tied. Let me do it again. I certainly do not ignore or minimize the hardships and tragedies of the world, but neither do I allow them to dominate. You can permit obstacles to control your mind to the point where they are uppermost and thus become the dominating factors in your thought pattern. By learning how to cast them from the mind, by refusing to become mentally subservient to them, and by channeling spiritual power through your thoughts, you can rise above obstacles which ordinarily might defeat you. You can rise above obstacles which ordinarily might defeat you. Ashe. And as I've said so many times before now, the more you start reading certain texts, the more you see that they're saying the same thing, just phrased differently. This idea of controlling your thoughts is something that we hear over and over and over and over again in these texts. So you know that there's truth to it. Like, this is the truth. You must exercise control over your thoughts. Don't just let your thoughts run rampant. Don't let them run willy-nilly. Control your thoughts. Control your thoughts. Yeah. All right, so I can't wait to get further into the book. But don't let obstacles become the uppermost thing in your thoughts. Don't let, because what you think about, you bring about, right? The more you focus on a certain thing, the more you see it, because that's the way the reticular activating system works. What you're looking for, it gives you more of. So spend your day today looking for wins. Only look for wins. Look for the positive, and watch how your reticular activating system will feed you more of the positive. Okay. Moving on. I did not expect to be so chatty on a Wednesday, but it is what it is. Maybe it's because I just finished running. Anyway, so we did the dice roll challenge. We talked about the morning zen. I gave you my reminder about if you only spend, you'll stay poor. So let's do the affirmation, and let's talk about cryptocurrency. So affirmation, here we go. I'm so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. You want to get that in your bones. You want to feel it powerfully, because it is the feeling tone that gives it power. It's not just the words, it's the feeling tone that gives it power. Okay, shout out to the people in chat. Wonderful Wednesday, Linda. What's up, Nan? Which book? Oh, yes, it's an old book, but I'm just now checking it out for the first time. Just a reminder, the book is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Okay, so let's talk about crypto. Everybody's been sending me stuff about crypto. My mom, my dad, my friends, everybody's sending me articles, memes, posts, etc. So the overarching theme is crypto's in trouble. Okay, crypto's in trouble. And maybe that is a subset of what I said earlier this week, that this might be the beginning of a recession, or we might be in a recession now. There's no way to predict recessions. Like, people, what I've heard is people don't know they're in a recession until they're already in it, right? But anyway, the pundits are saying this might be the beginning of a recession. And what's happening with crypto might be part of that. Anyway, crypto is not doing well. And I'll talk to you about my journey with it. So you remember me talking about Coinbase. Coinbase is a huge cryptocurrency exchange. What do I mean by exchange? Exactly what it sounds like. If you go to another country and you want to exchange your dollars for the local currency, you would go to an exchange, right? You give them your dollars, you get back the equivalent in local currency. That's what Coinbase is. If you want to trade in the cryptocurrency world, they will take your dollars and give you back whichever cryptocurrency you want, right? So they don't have a dog in the fight of which cryptocurrency is going to win. They're just saying, hey, you want to play in that sandbox? We'll give you what you need to play in that sandbox. So I started off by buying naked cryptocurrency, just buying it directly through Coinbase. And then I moved on to buying Coinbase stock because it is a publicly traded company. And then, as you know, if you've been watching the show for a while, you heard me transition. I started realizing that I don't know that much. I don't know that much about any of these things, but I learned enough to understand that crypto is very speculative, right? And so I started thinking, how do I ride coattails? How do I find the vetted choice within cryptocurrency? And I discovered Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood, if you're not familiar, is often called the female Warren Buffett. She is a very shrewd investor. She has beaten the S&P 500 for many, many years, and she has a company made up of investable assets. She's got several different ETFs that you can buy into. One of her ETFs covers cryptocurrency, and she is a financial person. This is her career. This is what she does. So what I did is I cashed out my stock in Coinbase, and I invested in her ETF because my thinking is she knows what she's doing. Right? I do not. She knows what she's doing. And therefore, if I buy into her ETF that covers cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter what she buys or sells within that ETF. I still own the ETF. So if she decides to divest completely from Coinbase, so be it. If she decides to divest from Coinbase and buy something else, I don't have to do anything different because I'm already invested in her fund. So that was the move that I made that I talked about here on the show. Like I just figured that the way to win, I'm seeing clearly over and over again that the way to best win in the stock market is to not try to be smart. The best way to win is to ride someone's coattails who is smart, right? So that was the shift that I made in my stock portfolio. However, in my cryptocurrency portfolio, I did not make any change. I didn't move any. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Let me correct that. What I did in terms of cryptocurrency is I closed my positions on all my cryptocurrencies and I reallocated those assets to just the two biggest, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because I was thinking these are the equivalent of blue chip stocks in the cryptocurrency world. And so all the extra, what they're called altcoins. So all the extra altcoins, which is short for alternative. So all those other alternative coins, I cashed those out and I reallocated those funds to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And there were a few that were given to me for free for filling out a couple quizzes on the Coinbase platform. So that's my portfolio in cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then I don't know, $2, $3 of some other altcoins. Okay, so even though people have been sending me all these articles and messages and memes and text messages and all that, I didn't check my cryptocurrency portfolio until this morning. And I want to emphasize my naked cryptocurrency portfolio, meaning I went into Coinbase and I went into my Coinbase wallet. I haven't done that recently because, as I just said, on my stock portfolio, my stock cryptocurrency portfolio, I cashed out of Coinbase and bought into Cathie Wood. All right. So yes, my cryptocurrency portfolio that I looked at today is down significantly. It's down significantly. It's down to 1/4 of what it was last time I checked. 1/4. So 2 reminder rules. Oh, that's my alarm. 2 reminder rules. Don't invest money that you can't afford to lose. Number 1. Number 2, don't get emotional. Because if you get emotional, that's going to throw everything off. So I don't feel any kind of way about the fact that my naked cryptocurrency portfolio is down to 1/4 of what it was. Honestly, because I've grown so much in my knowledge and understanding of the market, my first thought was, do I have enough to buy a share of the S&P 500? Right? Because that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I haven't done it yet. I haven't decided yet, but I will probably cash out what's left of my naked cryptocurrency and buy something that I know, like the S&P 500. So once again, in case you're just joining us, I've talked extensively about what I just said, riding coattails, but also investing in vetted properties like the S&P 500, like the NASDAQ, and like the Dow. With just those three properties, you've got 630 stocks that you can play in. 630 stocks. There's no need to go looking for anything else. You got 630 right there that you can play in. Actually, 633, because not only can you play in the components of each of those three, you can buy the whole thing as an index fund. You can buy all of the S&P 500 as an index fund. You can buy all of the NASDAQ 100 as an index fund. And you can buy all of the Dow as an index fund, right? And my thought, when I looked at my portfolio this morning, my cryptocurrency portfolio, and saw how far down it was, my thought was, I'm probably going to cash it all out and buy one of those three index funds. Just buy an index fund and let it ride. Now, that said, I might leave a couple dollars in just to see if the tide changes, if the tide turns. Who knows? As we have learned together, and I just said a few minutes ago, cryptocurrency is very speculative. And by speculative, I mean it's a gamble. We don't know what's going to happen. I have said many times that I think it's going to win. Matter of fact, I've said I think it has already won because there's $2 trillion in cryptocurrency already. $2 trillion. It's hard for me to imagine that just goes away. But that said, I decided a while ago, and I shared with you here, that my shift was I'm going to bet on somebody that knows what she's doing. And that person is Kathy Wood. She knows what she's doing. She's invested in the cryptocurrency market. And once again, I don't think I gave you the name of her company, but it's ARK, A-R-K. And the fund that I invested in is ARKK. She's got a number of different funds, but the one that covers cryptocurrency is ARKK. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Oh, and one more thing that I'm doing that is really the same thing. I'm also investing in big companies that are investing in cryptocurrency. And it's really the same company. It's still the same 630 companies. Like McDonald's has a cryptocurrency now. It's McDonald's. They're in the Dow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same big companies. Don't try to get cute. Don't try to get smart. Ride the coattails of the biggest companies. And as we've talked about before, when there is a recession, whether we're in one now or not remains to be seen. But when there is a recession, you want to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. So if everyone else starts selling, you start buying, and buy things that are already vetted. Buy things that are already vetted. You got 630 stocks in those three properties that you can play in: the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right, so it's time for prayer time now at 10:15. Check that out. And it's time for Sit with Rev Melissa at 10:30. And I'll be back tomorrow, probably still talking about cryptocurrency. I see there's a few comments in the chat. I'll check those as I close the show out. Until tomorrow, keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own financial hero. And remember that now is better than perfect in terms of everything, but especially in terms of investing. I'll see you tomorrow.